Ready?
Yeah. Hi, today we will continue our journey with the HTML elements. In the last series of videos, we talked about different tags of the HTML. Today we are going to talk about very important tag which is used in the connecting websites. And user taps on a hyperlink and then it goes to some web page. So we're going to talk about how it happens. The tag used is called anchor tag. ANCHOR element tag that links a web page. It's a hyperlink. It's a link to a web page. For example, it starts with the href hypertext reference =. Within double quotes you need to put the full website link including the HTTP. Some cases people say you don't have to put all this, but here you got to put in the code HTTP : //www dot, for example I'm giving learnrealskills.com. That's our website. So that's how it, when user clicks on the link, it will go here. This is the output. It will go to the link actually. How it's done, we are using the href attributes. Remember we talked about attributes and values are used in the elements, which are basically statements of the HTML code. So we have href for name and location of the page. Another variation of the hyperlinks, people send bunch of emails. This is the email hyperlink. How to create href mail to : there is an email address. You want to send email to somebody, amberwilliam@test.net. So in the output this will appear, this line will appear, and then there will be a blue color line underneath it. It means it's a link. When there is no line, it means it's just a text. Usually this is used in contact us of a web page. When you talk about a web page, there are different elements of the web page. I'm going to talk next. And one of the page is contact us page. Any website you create, this is a must web page, like about page, and then what products you are selling, services, pricing, about the subscriptions. There are like 6-7 pages is a must, and you got to put good content. I'll teach you how to create all those. And one example here is contact us. There you got to put a mail, and we'll talk about HTML forms where the user can enter the data, and they can put their subject, hi, I'm having this problem. And one important page of every website is called FAQ, frequently asked questions. Usually all the website owners put that as much description as possible so that the customer doesn't need to call the support, reduce the support calls, that saves money for the company. So you should have like at least 20 question and answers. Example would be, what credit cards can I use in this website? And when will I get the downloaded product? Or when will I get the shipped products? You can put like a small paragraph answer with the question and answer form, 20 questions. And users will love it. They'll keep coming back to your website. Because any user, they don't want to call the support. It takes a lot of time, to avoid all those. In HTML5, there's a new tag called block anchor tag. It's very powerful. So when I talk about HTML, I'm trying to give some new things available, for you to program. It can contain one or more elements, the paragraph elements, div, division. It's also a paragraph block structure element. And some general tips for the hyperlinks. Keep the link names descriptive. Like for this, I can give here I can put the name, what name I want to call, when somebody clicks. Instead of putting click me, you can put some website or something like that, or browse something. Avoid click me or click here because people think it's like a scam, And even the emails, you got to be very careful. You should not send too many emails because it's considered as a spam. Be careful. Lowercase, in most of the coding we use lowercase. In Java programs, C programs, we try to use lowercase, And keep the block code precise, meaning For example, if there's a project, there are 5 things to be done, put comments on each block of code, because after you leave the company, somebody comes and checks the code, it will be easy for them to understand what you wrote. If you didn't put any comment, sometimes it may be difficult to understand what the previous developer has done, It will help browse faster for the next developer. And then keep it structured, organized, like nested loops, like if then else statements, that can be like 3 if then else statements within a loop. Structure it properly, because after a year, you may go back to the same code and check yourself. If you put comments and keep it structured, it will be easy for you to understand first. Even forget about others, but first you need to understand your code, And this is what I mentioned here. Anyone should be able to understand the code after 5 years or 10 years. Put comments and keep it structured. This is a basic introduction of how the links work using the anchor element tag. Let's move on to the next slide. When you write HTML code, there are several tools available to check the syntax, whether you wrote the code is correct or not. W3C is the great, you can check validator.w3.org, but there are several other online tools available for you to validate the HTML, XML, XHTML, everything, And let's talk about the common elements we use in our everyday coding. Mark is for marking. Some reference you can quote, that's for the mark tag. Li means lines. When you put ordered lists, HTML lists, you put li. KBD is another one for addresses and poems. I is for another tag. Head is, these are some common, you may already know common tags. Head is the header, HTML body, and within the headers there are 6 types. This is the bigger font, a little lower is H2, H3, H4, H5, H6 is smaller font. Next set of tags we use is font. There are thousands of fonts available. The text, how you want to display on the output, you can specify what size you want, width, everything, font, embed, DT, DL, DAV is paragraph. These all comes in paragraph things, and code, BR, there is ABBR is abbreviation. Meta tag, meta has like a description, like it comes under the header, meta. OL is ordered list, unordered list. Check my HTML video about the previous one about I explain how the list of items are displayed, how to program that. These are the tags used there. /p you must use in every program, Strong is for bold letters, DIV we already saw that. VAR, title, meta, these go under the HTML headers. Block quote, that's the email tag. So these are common tags we use every day in any program. There are some others too, those are advanced, I'll talk later. Okay, when we are given a project to create a website, how to go about it? You need a template. Everything needs a template, any form you create or anything, any web page. So this is a basic template of a web page. See the items here, top is logo. You want to design a logo image beautifully because that tells about your company, If you're selling like dogs or dog foods, you got to create a beautiful logo with a dog like eating like a bone. There are several professionals available to create logos for you, but there are some tools available which you can use to create your own logo. Because later if you want to modify the logo due to business needs, you can change it yourself. You don't have to depend on others, There is navigation link. This line will have usually about page, contact us page, products, services, subscriptions, pricing, and other menus. So menu items. Navigation is to navigate the menu. You have to create that beautifully so that user will feel easy to navigate your web page. And content, this is the main body. This is like a paragraph. You put some content with photos, If you're selling some things like clothes, you got to display all the clothes, but you should not display like 10 clothes in one line. Display like two or three. So I would say 3 or 4, items, prices, and when they click, it should go to the description. You don't have to, you have to put the summary of the item here, like first item, second item, third item. I'm talking about a retail shop website. And there is a footer. Footer will have usually the copyright notices. Sometimes they may have some of the links here, but I would advise no need to duplicate the links, because it will be easy later in the code. You put 4 links here, put 7 other links here, different links. Otherwise people will feel bored, and usually this is called the right side, but you can put left side to all these widgets. I would call them like side areas, side 1, side 2, side 3. You can put the top earning products, like recent, what you have published, the recent products, this popular products. There are tools available now to create widgets, videos and a lot of things. Instead of just putting text, you can create a beautiful video here, here, here. If you want to make it simpler, you can put some links that will link to your other products. This is a basic web page template. So we'll go step by step. Please check other videos. This one is HTML because I always link one language to the another one. So check my other C, HTML, Java tutorials, JavaScript, databases. All these 5 things will come handy someday for you. Thank you.